So, welcome back to Adventure Hook, Dark Sun, Fire, and Sand. We had a little 3-week break for the holidays. Hope everybody is doing well. I mean, in that time, 2 of our members came down with the COVIDs.
Yeah, with the vid.
The Joes. Joe's still Crowcus. Millard is still Joe Millard is still recovering a little bit. We just got some feedback.
No, sorry, that was me checking the levels on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it seems like everybody's on the mend. But oh my God, what shit. So, at any rate, how was everybody's holidays? Actually, before we get into that, everybody, why don't we go around and do our intros? We'll start at the top with Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm Crocus. Not like Crocus, but I'm a drunk. Dr. Freud, paging Dr. Freud.
I too am Crocus.
I am also Crocus.
It's either a sex thing or a I am Spartacus thing.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm tired and annoyed because I was right about BAP and no one listened.
Yeah.
So I guess then it's me up next.
Yeah, it's you.
I was the first Joe to get the COVID-19 and the first to get better. So tonight I will be playing Geza Akos and not a COVID patient.
Yeah.
And spokesperson for Sepicol.
And a spokesperson for Sepicol, the only relief that I found when I was experiencing sore throat symptoms.
Who's next? I can never see what you're looking at.
Oh, okay.
Let's just
Dr. T.
let's just
Dr. T.
and so we can put a rest to this from here on out, because I mean, I swear, from now on, this is the way intros are going to go. I am going to introduce myself first, and then it's going to be Mark, and then it's going to be Joseph Annabi, and then it's going to be Joseph Millard, and then it's going to be Emelie O'Hara, and finally Rob Randle. And whenever we have a guest, they will go
last.
at the very end. And that's just based on the way we have things set up, on our Twitch feed. So, without further ado,
now it's me. I'm Joe Millard, and I am playing some Crocus, the half giant.
yeah, and that's not Joe's,
my normal voice.
That's not Joe's new way of
being
talking
Crocus.
as Crocus. However, I mean, if you can, that would be a great Crocus voice.
If you want it, it's so dumb. This feels better than trying to talk normally. So
Please do that.
I hate it so much.
No, I love it. I'm a big Muppets fan, so Dr. T.
I think you sound like Scatman Crothers in The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that
Are
a
you a
compliment?
Wendy or are you a Winnie? Hey, Doc.
All right, now it's time for Emelie to introduce herself.
I'm Emelie O'Hara. I'm playing Desi, and this is my real voice.
And finally,
nice.
since we don't have a special guest, then I am finally I am Robert Randle, and I am playing Ma'ak Ka'ari, a Thrycreen telepath.
Cheers. All right. So, how was everybody's holiday? I hope it was, all COVID aside. I hope it was pleasant, and as the least stressful as it could possibly be, being the holidays.
Man.
I literally had COVID quarantine.
Yeah.
And so I just played Fortnite and rolled around in aches and pains.
Yeah, it was a lot of rolling.
No, mine was nice.
That's nice.
Not. I either failed my initiative roll for getting COVID, or I've made my save against it. Hopefully, it was the latter. nobody in my immediate family was sick over the holidays, though. My little nephew has just contracted it this week, so he probably got it at school. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Mine was fine. It was Christmas with family. How was yours, Mark?
What did I do? On Christmas Day, I had dinner with a friend at her house. And on New Year's Eve, I was in bed by 9:30. So it was glorious.
Oh, man. My wife and I fell asleep, I think, like at 11:30. And we woke up at 12:11. We were like, "Oh, it's New Year's. Happy New Year's." And TV off.
Hardcore.
It was great. It was the first time in my life that I actually slept through 12 midnight. It was glorious.
Oh man.
All right. So, one little thing. I got a bunch of new toys for Christmas, and I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but I'm thinking about doing this. Rob has gotten lots of texts about this in the past couple weeks because I've found a new well, it's not really a new joy. It's rekindled an old joy. See, like when Rob and I, not in college, but like actually after grad school, when I moved back down to Baltimore, we got really into Warhammer.
Right.
Did you get miniatures?
Oh yeah, I built Rob, remember that 4x8 foot table I built?
Yeah. Basically, what would have been a dining room in a normal person's house turned into the war game table that Aaron had decorated with all manner of terrain, which I contributed to. I do that stuff too. We'd mix and match. We'd build terrain scenarios, forests, and then Aaron would basically just be like, okay, our armies are gonna fight. And so he had his dwarves and I had my chaos army.
Yeah, chaos.
Yeah.
And we had a few
so
other,
I painted mine, he painted his.
Well, and we had a few other friends who were into it as well.
Yeah.
I think.
Right. They would come over and we'd do scenarios and whatever.
So, at any rate,
it was nuts.
I started to think about like my next I have another comic project lined up for after Suicide Squad ends because it's not a long project. You know, it's 3 48-page prestige books, which actually today was FOC on Suicide Squad Blaze #1. So I don't know if you're in LA, you still have 40 minutes to go order it. Depending on how late your comic shop is open. At any rate, like my next project, like I really wanted to start kind of playing around with the idea of doing dioramas to photograph for the spaces that I'm going to be creating, just because of like the content. Like I can't really get into it, but like I don't know, maybe it'll make sense once eventually it gets announced. So at any rate, like I got a bunch of model making shit, like modern model making shit for Christmas. And so I've been just kind of learning the techniques. And so like
All the miniatures are crafts for dudes.
And so here is an example of something that I've made, which was in the Dark Sun kind of world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's given me some ideas for doing minis for Dark Sun. So I don't know. It's probably something that I need to suppress, just push down, like drown.
Oh no, you definitely have time for that. Just
Go wild, babe.
Yeah.
Drown that impulse, but I probably won't be able to. So, any rate, like that's kind of like what when in every spare moment that I've had, I've been doing those fucking things. But having said that, I think that there's somebody outside. I can hear him. He's arguing with somebody. It sounds like he's got somebody.
They better have masks on.
Sounds like he was trying to steal from him.
Actually, I bet Athos would be, just less of that. This kind of thing would be happening.
Hot and dry.
Hot and dry, right? I don't know. At least
A lot
That's
of
how I like
open
it.
air ventilation too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
a nice
too
way
much.
of putting it. They have a lot of ventilation.
Yeah.
Listen,
Nobody has a roof.
I'm not
Outdoor
going to
dine-in.
turn you in to the Templars tonight. But if I catch you with your hand in the honey pot again, you'll probably only end up with one of them. No, I'm going to leave you with what you've taken tonight. But if you would like real, gainful, honest employment, come see me again and we can talk. But like I said, if I catch your hand in the honey pot again, you might just go away without it. Do you understand? Now off with you. Sorry, we're here in Tyr and we're dealing with, the common problems of city life. We have what everyone else needs, and I understand it. But you do have to hold a hard hand if you want to not lose your shirt. Which brings me to something that I've been wanting to talk about for some time now, and I think you've been here long enough to catch on to a grim truth about Athos. There just doesn't seem to be any true goodness in this world. In fact, goodness and altruism are almost universally seen as character flaws.
We got tipped.
Oh, nice. We got a tip.
Cookie pouch.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
100 bits.
Sweet.
Hooray.
So let me just back up a little bit and reiterate. In fact, goodness and
100 ceramic
altruism.
bits.
Yeah. Ceramic bits. But in fact, goodness and altruism are almost universally seen as character flaws that make one an easy mark for grifters. And worse, there's an old saying, keep your virtue, I'll keep my head. There's another old saying, though, an open heart is a ready sheath. Simply put, it is deeply ingrained in the people of the Tablelands that survival requires one to be harsh, suspicious, and self-serving. Thousands of years of tyranny and trauma have taught us this. From the moment we are born, this world is ready to devour us in any way it can. Any hint of weakness is exploited by the land and our fellows. And those who survive and thrive are the ones who stay highly vigilant and seek their own advantage at every turn. But as difficult as it may seem to find kindness and charity, I argue it is equally rare to find anyone who is completely devoid of conscience. Digging in the alluvial wastes may seem futile, as the hole fills nearly as quickly as it is emptied. But with enough time and effort, even the sands of a Mechalot doom can be shifted. I will leave you with one last idiom that I actually prefer more. Don't blame the wind for the sand it carries. The brutality of this world makes us all potential adversaries, but the wise know not to hold to grudges and learn to use the wind to their favor. So when we left off with our clutch, they had captured a would-be assassin, Pressurveille. and his cohort, Vajabish. They had been sent there by Desi's brother in order to drug and hold her for purposes not quite yet understood, but certainly for the retribution of some perceived or perhaps real betrayal by her in the city of Uruk. They're now holed up in a tiny, cramped tavern inn room called the Mole's Rest, just off the Caravan Way. So, you have Pressure and Laj Abish at your mercy. One thing that I didn't quite do adequately last time was give you a good description of what these two individuals look like. Pressure Vey, and this is something that, back in college, Rob and I had a DM who used this convention, and it was actually a really great convention. Basically saying, this is the celebrity that this character looks like. I used that slightly. We talked about Chance in the past, and he looks very much like the Rocketeer, the actor who played the Rocketeer, and I always forget his name, unfortunately. But Pressure Vey is very much the spitting image of a somewhat older, somewhat a little more weathered River Phoenix. The only difference
I thought
between
that was my brother.
did I think your brother is a bit more of a Joaquin.
Oh no, the other Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
We got the whole family, everybody.
And Laj Abish is very much the halfling equivalent of a Mindy Kaling. So put those images sort of like in your head. The difference,
I
of
really
course,
like
between
them both, and that's going to change everything.
and of course the big difference, I said, between the youthful River Phoenix that we remember before his untimely passing. He's older. He's a little more crow-feeted. He does sort of have the same type of hair, but he does also have a 5 o'clock shadow, and he has a deep scar around his throat from the damage of the giant hair rope, which crushed his larynx, causing him to speak in a deeply, deeply raspy voice. So you have these individuals at your mercy inside this tiny, tiny 10-foot by 10-foot room, which I believe we have here. Let me zoom in here real quick so we can get a little bit closer on where everybody is. And we were just about to get into some good interrogation. Meanwhile, just real quick, Kraukus is down in the alleyway.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye.
Keeping close guard on the entrance into the small little close that leads back up into the Mole's Rest.
Yes.
And I will leave it over to you guys.
So did we leave off exactly at the end of combat, or are we still like?
Well, remember, we were not in combat. You guys were basically, you had
You decided not to drop him from
after
20,000 feet or something.
Right,
After-
he was going to be more useful alive, and he spilled the beans about Zomort working with your brother, right?
Yeah, we did.
That's
Yeah,
where we left off.
we
Okay.
learned that there is a indelible connection, a deep connection between
Right.
Desi and Ma'ak, namely that Desi's brother and the sworn enemy of Ma'ak and his tribe, Zomort, are for some reason working together. And evidently, He's supposed to be arriving here in town in about 3 weeks.
I would like to say to Ma'ak over, are we connected?
We're still connected, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to say,
including Crowcus.
And
So
remember,
we can talk to
Crowcus, as was Pressure Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care who hears this, but I would like to say to Mark, let us put a pin. Perhaps sometime in the future we will find, I don't know, a fireside to sit by. I would very much like to go over in great detail Zomort. Put a pin in that.
It would be my great pleasure to enlighten you in all of your questions related to this great enemy of my people. But for now, what should be done with these two?
I'm really concerned right now. Is there a way we can see if any of our fracas has caused attention to be drawn to us? Do we hear any sort of outside interference?
Give me a perception check.
I got an 18 with my keen bird hearing.
Nice. And I'm still actually hovering outside the
that
window.
18.
So I can actually get a, kind of crappy view outside, though. I only roll an 8.
I am standing next to the open door, I think, right?
Right. You guys burst in that door, so you can probably hear down the hallway and all that.
Let's bank on that 18.
Yeah. None of you hear any sounds of alarm at this point. You think that you're fine and good to go. And
where is Crowcus?
down in the square below Ma'ak? Nobody's come into the
All right.
courtyard.
All right.
I'm down below, keeping a watch in the direction of the street, right?
Yeah, south of here.
Yeah, the square, Odium Square.
Yeah.
All right.
He can't fit, right? Down the alleyway?
He can't turn around. If he were to walk down it, he couldn't.
He'd have to. It would probably take some athletics or acrobatics checks for him to actually be able to get to where you guys are,
Okay.
because of how small and narrow everything is inside this.
Well, for now, Crowcus, keep an eye out for other urchins or orphans or Dracomun, or Templars, anyone who might have been alerted to what just happened.
If anybody's coming through, they have to answer to me.
Exactly. Buy us time, if nothing else. For now, Pressure Vey and Jara or
Laj Abish.
Laj Abish. Okay.
Yeah. You can just say Laj, with just LAJ.
Okay.
Her
have we taken their weapons from them, or do they still have? Are they still armed?
She gave up her weapons when she surrendered to you, knowing that any resistance was futile.
What about Vey? Did Vey give up his weapons too?
I don't think he did, but you
I want to
had
frisk
him
him.
at your mercy because of the way you were holding him outside the window. But he's I just for the sake of argument, yes.
Okay.
He's given up his weapon.
All right. Well, then technically, if he's, what we'll imagine is Ma'ak suddenly, since he's still hovering there, suddenly their weapons start floating off the ground, and they just hover across the room into his orbit, where his chachkachas are already sort of orbiting around his head. So he'll have collected their weapons, and then he'll grab them.
Okay.
And at least he'll hold on to them for now.
Okay.
I will burst out to pressure. I will say, have you really been following my brother all this time? Still you are loyal. Have you not learned anything?
Pressure says to you, without your brother. Is this happening inside the psychic space or outside it?
Outside. This is an
Outside.
outburst.
Okay.
Your brother is the only one who cares for me. I would do anything for him.
So you... My God, do you really believe? You still really... What did he tell you? Did he tell you... I deserve to be attacked. I deserve to die. What did he tell you?
I'm sorry, like you cut out there a little bit. Say that again, Emily.
Did I deserve to be attacked? What did he tell you? Why did he tell you I deserve this?
I know what you did to your brother.
What did I do to my brother?
You betrayed him.
Oh dear. I don't even know where to begin with you. It is like talking to a person in a dream. I don't know how to tell you that you are destined for a terrible, terrible fall. And that all the times that you have fallen before have been a result of my brother. I don't hate you.
Your
For
brother
years I
loves-
hated
your
you.
brother
For years I
loves
hated
me
you, and now I
love
just
your brother.
My brother uses you, and he uses your love for him to manipulate you.
I know your lies. Don't try to poison my ear.
I'm not. I don't want to poison you. I pity you. But because you are after my life, I am not so sure how much pity I can give you. There are things that I could tell you that would shatter your belief in my brother.
Desi, couldn't you show him your memories in the mind space?
Oh shit, I could. I didn't even think of that. That is...
Yes, indeed.
And then it won't be a matter of your word. He can see for himself.
Indeed. He travels with a telepath. He should know.
I want to talk to my friends for a moment.
Well,
At
you
your
can choose.
mercy, there's
I'll cut him
nothing
out
else
of
I
the.
can do.
One at a time. First, what did Marc say?
All I'm saying is I can cut him out of the meta concert for the moment.
Okay,
and he cannot. I've got like whatever remains of the hour since I activated it. Though I am low on strength. I'm trying not to show it, but Ma'ak is very weak psychically. I don't have a lot of juice left. So he'd want to be resolving this, but for now he's just focusing on maintaining his concentration on actually no, if he's going to cut him out of the meta concert, he can't. So Ma'ak will then land on the is it a windowsill? Is it a balcony? What's actually
It's a
here?
windowsill. It's not a balcony, it's a windowsill.
Can I fit through it, or can I at least stand on it?
Yeah, you can fit. You could fit through it. I mean, remember, you're long, not wide.
Okay, all right. Let's. For now, I'll just sort of
Great Wall of China.
post up on the window.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just just sort of squeeze myself into the space, so he's not gonna escape through it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I will, which requires me basically to end my levitation and all of its connected stuff. So I'll collect my chachkachas, all that, and then I will cut him out of the meta concert, so that we can speak freely without him hearing.
Okay.
And what did Pressure Vey say?
And then what did
class?
he say?
Oh shit. I was responding in.
When she said, "I want to talk to my friends for a second."
I can't. Like it's.
It's probably not important.
Sorry, it left me.
He's not being particularly cooperative, right? So
yeah, I mean, he was
something along those
like,
lines.
yeah. He was just, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, Desi, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I suppose the first thing Mark, how strong are you? Because I would like to show this person a memory. Is it possible to show it to only pressure? And I want to show it to you all. As a matter of faith, I have horrible things about myself. I feel if I were to show them to only
Ma'ak's
pressure
voice comes. Sorry, you're cutting out.
Go on.
Yeah, no, just say that again, Emily. You were cutting.
I basically want to say that there is a memory that I would like to show pressure that is very shameful to me, but I don't want to cut everyone out from witnessing this memory on the understanding of faith and goodwill and trust. But it is not pretty and it does not speak well for me, and I just want to ask also Ma'ak how strong he is, if this memory can be shared.
First, yes, I can continue to share memories. We have time. I would like to rest soon, but I have a little left, and I can go another hour if need be. Although I could not share memories with as many people, though it would still be one. I can do 3. I can do 6. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can do us all. I have another hour.
Including
in me, should it
dwarf?
come to that. No,
Not dwarf,
remains of
halfling.
the hour when we began. Yeah, so an hour and a half, let's say, to be fair.
Yeah, you couldn't.
But that being
do
said,
Lodge. Yeah.
Lodge wouldn't be included. Yeah.
oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I probably wouldn't want to include the halfling in the first place. Secondly, though, no, you are clutch leader, Desi, and I am your tech chakak. There is nothing you need fear sharing with me. And the rest of us, we are your clutch mates. This is how we grow Gitok. This is how we grow Tok Chak. Clutch mind. By sharing the truth. Do not fear to share with me. Or any of us. There is no shame.
I am greatly appreciative of your words, but if you are displeased with me after I share what I have to share with you, I will not blame you. But in order to get through to this person who I do believe is indoctrinated by a very master manipulator, I have to show a very shocking memory. And so you see what you will see, and I hope you will forgive me.
No matter what you show, there will be room to discuss it in story when we share. Around a campfire one night, perhaps.
The campfire, All right, so what I would really like to share with him, what I really want to share with pressure more than anything, is the moment my brother came to me and asked me to kill this person. And if my brother gave me any reasoning, I don't know how that memory happens, but I want him to see that it was my brother that said, go and kill this person. And then, if there's time, or if this is how it works, I would like him to see the moment I imagine like I poisoned the fella, and then to make sure that the job was done, maybe I came into his chambers to like check that he was dead, but he wasn't, and maybe that was when he offered me the tooth. If that's how it worked at all, I'd like to share that memory just for veracity with him as well.
Hey, let's play it out.
Yeah, I'd say improv that.
Let's improv the shit out of this. Let me get a little storytelling juice right here.
Yum yum.
Okay, and we zoom in to psychic space place, and you begin to project the image to Pressure as your brother. I keep forgetting your brother's name. Tinian?
Leonis, isn't it?
Leonis. Yes, it's Leonis. I don't know why I keep going back to Tinian. Anyway, Leonis comes into your room and says, "Sister, there is a new job. Unfortunately, I must ask you to complete. An enemy of the family has presented itself."
What is it?
An individual by the name of Phyllis has become a bit of a thorn in our side. We need to extricate the thorn from the lion's paw, so to speak.
I think I've heard of this Phyllis, but I don't think he's a problem to us.
He is quite a problem to us. He is proving a thorn in the side of our lumber operations coming from the Ringing Mountains.
I mean, I'll I'll do it. I just what's going on? Usually I hear about this sort of thing.
Well, you understand that we have been trying to maneuver ourselves into a position of power against House Stell and their monopoly over the Agafari trade. Yes.
Now, I'm assuming I would know that Pressure came from this house.
No. You don't know who Pressure is at this point. You've never heard of Pressure Bay.
Oh, right. So this is
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah. But you do know who House Stell is. House Stell is a major merchant family based out of Uruk. They're the most prominent merchant family in Uruk. And they have all but a monopoly on the Agafari wood trade coming out of the Ringing Mountains, which are the big mountain range to the west. That, you know. So that's kind of what you know. You know that that your family has been trying to kind of horn in on their action as far as that goes.
So, I'm confused. How is Phyllis related to Austell?
Phyllis is a lover of one of the upper members of House Stell. He's also an enforcer and overseeing their caravan routes coming from the Ringing Mountains. If we can take him out, we can put a major hindrance upon their caravan routes, at least for the time being, so that we can make contact with the half-elves of the lower regions of the Ringing Mountains just long enough that we may be able to gain their confidence, and if we can disrupt their caravan route for long enough, give them a reason to seek other routes, but Phyllis is key at this moment.
Tell me somebody was taking notes on that, because I only got about half of it down. And
Hey, just
I
a metagame recap. Phyllis is evidently a lover of, according to your brother, Phyllis is a lover of an individual within House Stell. He did not say who that is. That person has placed him as caravan leader for the Agafari trade coming out of the Ringing Mountains. If you can kill Phyllis at a strategic moment, you can disrupt that trade, which for the finicky halflings will allow you to find a road in and gain a small foothold and some confidence in order to get your own Agafari trade and start to undermine House Stell's trade in Agafari.
Man, I thought
Now,
your
did you
dad
say-
was ballsy.
Did you say half elves or halflings?
Halflings, sorry, halflings.
Halflings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I got so excited when I heard that we were going to start trading with the
Sorry.
Yeah.
If I said halfling, if I said half elf, which I probably did, should be halfling.
The
There's lots
first
of halves.
time you said half elf,
Yeah.
but you said
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to know from my brother is, who is his lover? Tell me, who is his lover?
We love a goss in this house.
Shit. Okay. Rob, can you conjure any House Stell names off the top of your head?
oh god,
Because I don't have my Dune Trader book in at arm's reach. I'm just gonna make up a name. It is Benaki Stell. One of the sons of House Stell, evidently.
And is he? Is this? What city is he in? Would I know that?
Uruk.
Uruk.
They're all in Uruk.
Oh, definitely.
This was back then. This was back when you were very much, Uruk, coming up in Uruk.
So this all revolves around us creating another trade route.
Yes, we are. House Stell has very much all of the power here, and as long as they possess the power and the connections with Homanu and the Templar, we must do whatever we can to weaken them exteriorly, on the external. And we must lower their confidence with the halflings of the Ringing Forest if we are to make any inroads with them. And right now, if we can take out their caravan leader, overseeing the Agafari route, then we just might have a chance.
And you want him dead? I mean, it sounds like we could just make him sick and unable to make it that day to tie him up and interrupt you. Why do you want him? There's always death with you.
Please, Tara.
You know
How many times must we have this argument? How many times must we have this argument? You serve a singular purpose for our family. You are a poisoner. Do your job for our family.
All right, but I am very good, and I am telling you that there are poisons that would take him out for a week, that would stop his caravan for a week.
But he would come back. Don't you understand? 1 week is not enough to disrupt. We must shut down their Agafari trade until they can find a new caravan leader who can reestablish good graces with the incredibly suspicious halflings of the Ringing Forest. He is already established. If we can end his relation altogether, it will take Stell not weeks or even months. It took Stell years to establish their relationship with the halflings. And if we can take him out, they will be desperate for someone new, someone confident, someone who is not susceptible to the dangers of the road. And if you can take him out on the road, not here in the city, but on the road, on the path, then they'll no longer trust House Stell. It must happen there in the desert. Not here, because they expect it to happen here in the city. But on the road, they should know better. And the halflings who have absolutely no patience for the inadequate in the wild.
All right, brother. This is where you and I are different. I will start this harangue that I am about to go on by telling you that sure, you want the guy dead, I'll kill him, you know I can. I adore you, you want dead, you have your own reasons, I'll do it. But this is where you and I differ. Dying does not make for untrustworthiness. Dying makes for dead. If I were half-elf, I think to myself, he died, which is in no one's control. I will go on to his next of kin. Or maybe I will go on to someone else in his family because his family has proved true to me. What I would do, because I think maybe I am a bit more cruel than you in certain ways. Every single time he went out, I would make him sick. Because if you think about it, untrustworthy is every single time I depend on you, you do not come through and you have an excuse. That is untrustworthy. That is what makes me go, I think I will have to find another family because every time I ask this person to do something, he is mysteriously ill. That is untrustworthy. I actually think so. You just like killing people. Or perhaps you have your own reason. I won't ask. I trust you. You are my favorite person in the world. If you want him dead, he is dead.
Father wants him dead. Father wants him dead. I am simply telling you the method that will make the halflings understand that House Stell is weak. Because House Stell should be able to protect itself on the road. And the halflings, above all else, only see persistence of life as power. That's why they eat flesh of others. Because they are weak. Or because they see weakness, rather, in those who cannot survive on their own account. So if we kill him on the road, and we do it in a way that is consistent with the poisoner's art, it will diminish House Stell in their eyes, because House Stell no longer has the capacity to protect its own. If we were going after moles, if we were going after elves, if we were going after humans, it would be different. But halflings are unique in that manner.
You don't have to tell me. I told you. If you want him dead, he is dead. I will do it. I will be artful.
Then
Whatever.
fine,
I didn't have
do
anything
it and
planned for this
stop
weekend.
asking questions. And at this point, your brother storms out of the room.
All right.
So what is the?
I will
Was there?
order
Was there?
him
Was
poison.
what was the next memory that you would like to share?
The next memory would be if I, after I actually poison, what's his name? If I go to Phyllis, if I need to check later that it worked and sneak into his tent to assure that he is dead. I think. I mean, not to be too like Snyder cut, but like if I could get the moment that like I poisoned him, and then the moment that I assured that he was dead, like if I could mash up those two things together to really drive home the fact that I poisoned him, that's probably what I would do.
Okay. So this was actually several years ago before, this happened several years ago before your family had any influence whatsoever. And we're really kind of an unknown quantity in Auric. So you were really unknown to House Stell, and what your brother ended up having you, like what your family ended up concocting, all of you ended up concocting in terms of the scheme was for you to actually get hired on as a caravan guard. And so you followed this entire caravan all the way out to the Ringing Mountains. Part of it was a fact-finding mission because at this point, your family had no connections whatsoever with the halflings, and the Agafari trade. You were wanting to get into it, so part of your mission was to go out, actually connect, observe everything that was going on, find out, how the halflings function, how they trade with House Stell, all of that stuff. And then on the way back, that was when you were to kill Phyllis, and then your brother had something concocted on his own, and that was a caravan raid. And they used funds that they had gained from other endeavors to hire elves to actually raid the caravan. And you after you killed Phyllis, then the caravan was raided, was completely decimated. All of the Agafari wood was stolen. Your family was actually pretty cunning. They did not try to take that wood. They actually just let the elves have it. Long game. But from you, they had learned sort of how the halflings deal. And so you head out. On the way back is when you're going to poison them. So now this is before you had really finished most of your bard training. So the poison that you were using is a poison that you actually don't know how to make because it's a very deadly poison. Okay, you were just given it, and told to find a way to administer it to Phyllis. And when Phyllis was coming back, you poisoned him, and then you go into his tent, and we will zoom in and we will have that encounter. You've already poisoned Phyllis. Phyllis is in his tent. It is night. You are in the alluvial wastes north of, somewhere between, somewhere between Uruk and the Ringing Mountains. You're in the north. You're going through the desert. Set camp. You've had a nice little banquet, and it's the middle of the night, and Phyllis now lays dying. And you have been told that you need to bring back something to the family that gives definitive proof that Phyllis is dead. So, you go into the tent and you see Phyllis laying there on his bed, his like his bed that he has laid out, and he's laying there and he's and he's drinking like all of the liquids he can find. He's already emptied all of his sheep's, his Bosrog skins, every skin of water he gives. He's now starting to drink wine because he's coughing. You come in, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Please, you must bring the healer. You must bring the healer in tonight.
So I will, first off, I'm imagining I'm like a teenager, so I'm not taking anything terribly seriously. But I also want to, I'll give him my water skin. I'll give him the water skin I had and say, drink this and try to breathe as slowly as possible, all right? Don't swallow your tongue, just breathe slow.
Rude.
And he coughs, and you see speckles of blood spit out on his shirt.
You're dying. You are going to die. You have maybe 5 minutes if you are lucky, but you have to breathe slowly or you will choke on your own phlegm.
You know.
And blood.
You must help. You know. Please. What is this? And
No.
Phyllis,
This,
just so you get an idea, Phyllis. Who is the actor in Troy who squares off against Brad Pitt at the very beginning? He plays Ajax. And wasn't it Ajax? Like when Brad Pitt is he runs up with the spear and he just like fucking just scuttles him.
That's not Ajax, because Ajax is Greek.
No,
so
you're talking
it was
about
some
Paris's
guy.
brother, right?
Oh,
At
the
the
huge
very
guy.
beginning, at the
huge guy.
very beginning
Oh.
of Troy, the big motherfucker
Oh yeah, he's.
I don't-
who
guys,
is
this
leading
will-
the Greek
Tyler
army.
Mane?
I'm pretty sure that's Ajax.
Is it Tyler Mane?
No, Ajax is Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Ajax
but
is one of.
Ajax is
Yeah,
Greek.
no.
There are two Ajaxes, and they're both Greek.
Just
Yeah, no,
imagine,
Ajax
like
was
what?
like Achilles' best friend.
Just imagine in your mind what you would envision Ajax as. This monumental man. He was bald. Phyllis was a mole. So he was like 8 feet fucking tall. Like larger than most moles. And just fucking huge. And at this point now, like he has just been diminished to this nothing of a figure. And you can see his lips have turned blue, and his skin has gone completely gray. And if you know what's happening, get the exarchs. You must get Crex. Please bring Crex. Crex was Crex was the exarch for House Still at the time on this caravan.
And I will take his enormous hand in mine, and I will pet it, and I will say, there is nothing you can do. You are dying. You need to hear me. You are dying. There is nothing you can do. You are dying. You will be dead in 10 minutes or less. Pat, 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 pat. There,
At
there.
this point, he pulls his hand back. He goes, "You did this."
Well, I can tell you were poisoned, and I will name the poison that I used on him, and I will say, I don't think this is how you want to spend your last 5 to 10 minutes alive. I think I would like to be your confessor, if you have anything to confess.
What are you talking about? Assassin! You did this! Please! You're a bard, aren't you?
I am a
You
bard.
must have an antidote. I can give you wealth. Please.
He reaches his finger up into his mouth, and you hear a crack. And with his massive fucking hand, pulls a tooth out and holds it up, and it's gold.
Please, it's yours if you give me the antidote.
I will take the tooth from him hesitantly, but then I will say to him, why did I forgot my own last name, Yggdrasil. Why did Leonis Yggdrasil want you dead?
What? Who?
Leonis Yggdrasil. Oh, that's our last name. Sorry, Yggdrasil. Why would Leonis Yggdrasil want you dead?
Who is that?
And he spits up more blood.
Oh, my father. My father's name is
Regnus?
Regnus. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That was something else.
That was our.
Chance's name.
That was
that's
Chance.
right.
No.
That's
Chance's true name is Regnus.
It was,
Yeah, but-
it was
Like
an
your
R
father.
name, though, wasn't it?
Wait, you say your father's name.
Papa.
We'll say that.
Right. Or Yggdrasil. I'll just keep repeating Yggdrasil.
Yeah,
Yggdrasil.
House Yggdrasil. Like, why does House Yggdrasil? He keeps saying to you, like,
I don't know who you're talking about.
And then I'm going to pat his hand and say, if you tell me of your sins, you are dying.
you can tell he's like only has a few moments left, and he says to you, and he reaches out and he grabs hold of your hand, and I mean his monumental fucking strength just pulls you straight in, and he holds you and he says, just tell pressure. Pressure. I love him.
Is Pressure a name?
He collapses dead.
Ah. I will just shrug and leave the tent. No, I will work
Now-
up some tears first. I will work up some tears so I can go and tell everyone, oh, he's dead. Ah.
Okay, so that's the memory that you have just imparted to the group. Now, was pressure? Were you showing pressure this as
Yeah,
well?
that was the whole
Yeah.
point.
That was
Okay,
the pressure.
just wanted to double check. I thought so, but I just wanted to double check. As you come out of this, and I assume you come back to like your apologetic self, your troubled self.
Regretful for sure.
You see pressure. like sitting there, and he looks over to you, and he's trembling, and there's tears streaming down his eyes, and he looks at you and says, This is psionic. This is psionic subterfuge. You're lying. Or rather, sorry. This is psionic subterfuge. You're lying. You're lying. You're trying to turn me.
No, I'm not lying. In fact, if I am doing anything, it is trying to find some sort of peace for what I did. And you are the only person left alive that I can apologize to. And so, I am sorry.
What did you do with his tooth?
I sold it and bought dresses because I was a petty little flibberty gibbet.
Leon.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I know how hurt you are because I too loved my brother more than anything in the world. I killed for him because I thought he was the best. But he is a liar and a manipulator, and you have been wronged. And I do not want you to meet the same fate I did by following him. I followed him and he betrayed me, and it led to the catastrophe that you are aware of. If you keep believing him, he will betray you too, and it may end in your death, and I am sorry.
Who is responsible for crushing my throat? Was that you too?
It was
have
not
it in my
you.
notes.
It was not you.
Okay.
Not your MO.
Yeah.
That's true enough. I have it in my notes, but all I can find is Bap is a doppelganger.
Yeah, no, Leonis had him attacked to make him need him.
That's
It was something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, it was something awful.
It was your brother. It was a false assassination attempt so that your brother could save him. And it wasn't until that happened that you realized that this was all. It was all like a double ruse. It was to destroy the, like to basically just kind of like, put a wrench in the monkey works of the Stel Agafari trade route, but also to create a new stalwart ally.
Right.
Out of one of House Stel's most reliable informants.
Right.
And operatives.
I will tell him my brother was always looking for ways to find weaknesses in our style. He was manipulative. I cannot express to you the extent that he would go to try to make alliances and destroy trust. It was my brother that crushed your throat, so it was my brother who could save you and cement your alliance to him. I would show you my memories of this, but I trust Marc is a little too tired.
We can continue. And if you let me rest, we can do this all night.
Well, let me say this. I will say this to pressure. I can tell you it was my brother. I can tell you it was a manipulation, a too extreme manipulation to make you trust him. I understand how painful it is to see these things, but if you do not believe me, I can show you. I will leave that up to you, of whether or not I show you the proof.
I don't want to see. I leave you. What do you want from me?
Honestly, I wanted just a little bit of moral redemption. I guess I wanted a little bit of someone to know me, and that to know that I was manipulated by my brother, and that maybe I wanted to not feel like the only idiot in the world. But
he says, bringing it all back around.
I don't blame the wind for the sand it carries.
Yes, I too.
You're doing the job. I am a bard as well. I would have done the same thing. That is what we do. It's your brother who did this. What do you want? I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever.
I told you I don't know why. No, I know it was selfish why I did this, because you are the only person who knows me from before now, and maybe the only person in the world that I could convince that everything that everyone believes about me is not true, and that it is my brother that is evil. I am usually manipulative, but in this moment I was not. I was being a selfish and frightened little girl who did not want the world to be against me. And I thought that perhaps you and I were similar. That said, if there is anything you can tell me about my brother, I would like to know it. If there is any connections that you have with our Stel, I would like to use it. I am, and so are my friends. As you see here, I will introduce you to them.
Says, he says,
It's becoming painful to talk. Can we do this in your friend's psychic space?
We can. And know that the only thing we require from you now is a truce. Can we trust that violence between us has seceded?
Even if I wanted to, I could not.
I look to Desi.
First off, use the psychic space before you hurt yourself. And secondly, why would you not protest a truce? Profess, not protest. Profess.
are we in the psychic space now?
Mm-hmm. I still have a French accent in the
he
psychic
says,
space.
he says, I wouldn't profess, I wouldn't stand against a truce at this point. I've seen what you've shown me, and I'm no fool. I know truth when I see it. Your brothers betrayed me from the very beginning. I'm ready. I'm ready to stand on my own. I'll not be anyone's pawn again.
I'm very sorry. I know what it feels like to recognize that you've been played for a fool. But that said, I don't know what do I say. Thank you. We are
You don't
in.
have to say thank me, and you don't have to apologize. What do you want to do? To
I would
make
tell
your
you-
brother pay for what he's done.
Oh. We need a patron. My friends and I need a patron. We have just arrived into the city. We are equipped with a great many tools, but we do not have that foot in the door that we need to really make a difference here. What connections do you have?
I've made what connections I have been able to in the few weeks that I've been here. It's been, I don't know, perhaps 3 months. It depends on what kind of individual you're looking for. I have made quite a few contacts. Your brother has been my patron up until this point, and will continue to be so long as we decide how we're going to deal with him.
And he does not give you information. Is that correct? That he just expects information from you but does not tell you anything?
I haven't spoken with your brother for some time. He's just been waiting for contact. For me simply to say that I have seen you and I have captured you.
And you have no idea what you would do if you were to tell him that you have captured me?
All I know is that no matter what, he will be here in 3 weeks with this Zomort individual for the Festival of the High Sun.
Is there a fireplace or campfire in this room that we can start?
No.
I do not know how to talk honestly without campfire.
I am going to say that 6:30. Why don't we all take a 10-minute bio break?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we will return shortly. So,
Superpowers at the time,
where
definitely.
were we when we left off?
He agreed to a truce, and we didn't kill them.
Okay. So,
And brother is going to be here in 3 weeks to with Zomort
yeah, Zomort.
to celebrate. What was it? It was a festival.
The Festival of the High Sun is coming up. It's the big festival. You've been hearing about it ever since you got into town, even before you got to town. The ziggurat is on the verge of being completed. And it is anticipated that the ziggurat will be completely done in time for the Festival of the High Sun in 3 weeks.
Now, ziggurats are made with purpose, right? Like they're not just ceremonial buildings?
Well, it's hard to say. Like, nobody really understands. Like, in the world of Athos, and because it's been several hundred years that King Kaluk, the Sorcerer King of Tyr, has been building the ziggurat of Tyr. people have been speculating for decades as to what the purpose of his great project is. And nobody really knows.
I mean,
why
he's gonna raise the
building
dragon,
this.
right? Aren't we all assuming he's gonna raise a dragon or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
Logical.
like there are lots of conspiracy theories out there. One of them is that that the ziggurat is going to bind the dragon to Calyx's will. Other theories are that it's going to like somehow destroy the dragon once and for all and rid Athos of the dragon. Other people just say it's a monument to his ego and narcissism, and that's the most common belief, is that it's really just a monument to his supremacy. And then like myriad other conspiracy theories as to what the fucking purpose of the ziggurat is.
And then
All you know is that now that you're in the city of Tyr and that you see the ziggurat, which is literally the size of a small mountain,
and he is, perhaps?
you can't fucking imagine what the fuck this is about. Like, it's beyond comprehension.
When people celebrate the Festival of the High Sun, is there any tradition? Like, do they wear masks? Is it a parade? Does everyone get drunk and do drugs? What's the protocol for
Well,
celebrating?
yeah, I mean, it's unique to every city. The Festival of the High Sun is, the New Year festival, and so every city does something different. In Uruk, typically you get to have like a military parade that is the one day of the year that you get to actually see King Humanu, who is actually not the imposing figure you would expect. The stories speak of this this warrior of monumental status who walks before his armies, this 10-foot lion-headed god. But like every year when the Festival of the High Sun comes along, Hamano presents himself, and he doesn't actually usually present himself that way. He typically presents himself just as like a scruffy old dude wearing robes who seems kind of tired.
And a magnificent cloak, right? Every day he wears a different cloak.
Yeah. Like he has like a magnificent cloak. It's not really until like he actually goes out into war that he makes the effort of becoming the thing that you legendarily hear him as, this 10-foot tall lion god. Otherwise, like, he's just like this old man, he's just an old man. And because of the tyranny of Humanu, people really don't talk about it. Like, you get a sense like that people are thinking it. Like, did you see Humanu today at the parade? You see that? See him? Oh yeah, he's very, very regal. A lot of that probably just has to do with I don't know. He's been around for several thousand years.
I would be curious to know what the High Sun celebration looks like where we are. Like masks.
Well,
please tell me there are masks.
I like the idea. Like want to bring in this mask. No, in Tyr right now, people don't really seem to be concerning themselves too much with the the high sun. The
Is
problem
there-
is that as soon as you came into the city, you started to like notice something. Everybody is kind of in hysterics because everything is like fucking thrown off. Like all shit is thrown off. You've noticed as you've been going through, like you've been distracted by your own shit, but outside of that, you have noticed that there's lots of Templars wandering around, commandeering enslaved individuals from nobles who are like very upset about this, and you'll hear from the Senate and blah 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 and this, that, and the other, and the Templar is like, I could give a shit what you think, Mr. High Person. Like just the entire vibe of the city itself is just in a state of uncertainty because nobody really knows where anyone stands right now. Everybody is like, everybody is certain that at any moment now, Templars are going to show up and just grab everybody and take them off to the ziggurat to help finish it for Calyx's big folly. And that's the other word that you keep hearing. Calyx folly. Calyx folly. The ziggurat. Calyx folly. So it's not like anything that you've experienced in Uruk growing up around the Festival of the High Sun. The Festival of the High Sun was always an incredibly regimented thing. It's the very 4th of July. Like, this is what happens on this day, and then this, and then this, and then this. And it all goes off without a hitch. It all follows a very specific formula, and that's it. But there is a shit ton of uncertainty right now in Tyr, and you just get that sense, even outside of the very condensed, sort of like little plot that you were involved in at the moment. So, jumping back into your conversation with Pressure, he looks to you and says, What do you want from me?
Right. As I said, we need a patron, we need a place to hide, we need to make a plan, preferably you and I, about what to do about my brother coming in 3 weeks. But I have other.
And we're still in the psychic space, right? So I can.
Yeah, you can talk normal.
Okay.
He's got a good throat now. There is a lot we need to implement. We also have a storage problem because don't we have to get our stuff out of storage in by morning or something?
Yes, we have just a few hours.
Yeah, till tomorrow, basically. At which point, Laj says, "Hey guys, am I still needed here? Can I maybe?"
We would need you seem like a woman of many talents, and we would probably want to pay you to use those talents in the future. We don't necessarily need you to hang out in the interim, but how do we get in touch with you?
I like ceramics and
not being hit.
What's that?
Not
being hit.
Struck.
it seems like you're taking this over. So it kind of seems like I was saying before. Like if Pressure's been my patron, and if he's not my patron anymore, well, that makes you my patron. This is just how we do things. So, I understand there's a lot of sensitive shit going on here right now, but I kind of feel like maybe I'm not really important in any of this anymore. I do have lots of good contacts. Now, if you go to the Warrens, and just give me just a quick second. I can tell you where you can get in contact with Lodge if you choose so.
And
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Lodge, do any of your contacts happen to be in the Veiled Alliance?
Ooh, no. The Veiled Alliance doesn't particularly like do business with people like me. But I might know some people who know some people. I have to do some looking around. It might take some ceramics in order to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I gotta grease a few palms.
I will grease your palm and theirs.
Okay. You've maybe got like a few ceramic bits, or not bits. Not bits. Sorry, pieces. Got a few ceramic pieces. Maybe you can let go of.
Yes.
Okay. What do you give her?
Let me look at my fucking inventory real quick. So this fucking thing. So I give her. How's four ceramic pieces? Is that enough ceramic pieces for you and your contacts?
I think I might be able to come up with something with that. How about you give me a couple days, and then you head over to the Rat's Nest in the Shadow Square. Maybe I'll have some information for you. Now, what is it exactly, the information you're looking for? She's like, I gotta know what questions I'm answering.
I'm looking for the Veiled Alliance. If specifically you could get me in touch with Ketendeo, that is the man I seek. If you can't find him, perhaps someone else in the Veiled Alliance can.
Just anybody else in the Veiled Alliance. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Go to the, give me a couple days. Go to the Rat's Nest.
And we look for you at the Rat's Nest where?
In Shadow Square.
Shadow Square.
Ma'ak grabs the halfling and throws her out the window.
Really?
Hell yeah.
You gave up the name of your contact in the Veiled Alliance to a thief. You were going to walk out the door?
Wait.
No.
I kill this halfling.
No, that shit has to happen.
Wait.
I don't think there's any wait
before
anymore.
you start talking. You do need to give me a grapple, an opposed grapple athletics acrobatics check.
Athletics or acrobatics? Which one?
Well, for you, because you're trying to grab her and throw her, it's going to be an athletics, and for her, it's going to be athletics or acrobatics. So.
Okay. Damn it. A 10.
10. Hold on. Okay. Well, no, it absolutely doesn't work. As you lurch in, as you reach in to try to grab a hold of her, she screeches. Tiny Mindy Kaling screeches, and
Damn you, Geza!
like goes back and darts out the door.
Well, I don't know if she's going to dart out the door
stairs.
without. I don't know if she's going to dart out the door without getting past us all with an opportunity attack.
Yeah, there are a lot of us.
It's a pretty packed space. She has to travel through all of our squares.
She only actually has to get, because she's disengaging, so she doesn't actually have to take you don't get opportunity attacks because she's disengaging. And right now, if you look at the map, only Geza and Char are in her way, and she can move through her space using the disengage.
Don't let her escape.
And down the stairs she goes. As Ma'ak tries to go after her.
Well,
probably not. No, I'm not
through
leaving the window.
Corridor. No, he could go
No,
down.
she's going through. She's going through the door between Char. She's going around. She's pushing her way through Char and going down the stairs.
Wait a minute.
I don't see Ma'ak going through us.
Ma'ak wouldn't go
pushes
through
her way
you.
through Char.
Not Ma'ak.
Whoa.
Lodge.
Yes, Lodge pushes through.
As Ma'ak tries to reach for her and grab her, she realizes, well, this is fucked. So she disengages and pushes her way around Char and down the stairs.
How much does this little halfling weigh? Is she going to push her way around me? I think not.
Give me blocking the doorway.
Give me a. It's going to be an athletics check because this is another opposed grapple.
Okay.
Well,
5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, she squeaks past you.
Are
real
we?
Easy.
So we're not in what's it called?
Combat.
Initiative order. So can I cast a spell, or is that?
I mean, like you guys tried to do what you did, and this just happened.
Also,
So,
Mock, did you say in the mental chat?
Definitely. I
Do not let her escape.
I would do not let her escape, and I would specifically warn Craucus, don't let the halfling past you, Craucus. I'm going to guard the courtyard.
Craucus, Ma'ak is on the windowsill. Where is the exit to this place? Does he not need to just drop down to the street to catch her?
Well,
Is he just on the windowsill?
Look at the map. Look at the map.
The exit is Craucus.
See the J? This is what happens.
Oh.
Okay. Just give me a second. Doing that. Okay. So she's here. Ma'ak, something happens is Ma'ak lurches into the room, trying to grab hold of her, and she's over here. At which point she realizes, oh fuck no, good faith is all gone. So she tries to squeeze past Char right here. Ma'ak fails his attempt. She disengages. So no opportunity attack is allowed. But because of the fact that she has to go through multiple opponents, I went ahead and give it to Char. Char failed against her opposed grapple. She gets past, and then boom, around and down. And she's heading down the stairs.
So what Desi was unclear on, that I will now explain, is if you zoom out, the exit is down towards Craucus. It's south.
It's on the opposite side of where Mark is.
Yeah, Ma'ak has a north-facing window, which there's not a direct exit to.
She's not going out that window. She's going out the door where where he is.
But once she gets to the ground floor, there's also not a north-facing door.
There are two ways.
Yeah,
she
no.
could
Yeah,
escape.
she's going down, and
Right.
she's heading out this way.
Right.
Probably.
There's only a
Right.
Craucus direction exit. There was no Ma'ak facing door, as I recall.
No,
Gotcha.
there is that door though.
Sure.
So there's also
Other rooms in this building.
other rooms in this building. At any rate, okay. So I guess now we should have her. Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay, everybody should. Why does it keep rolling dice on my iPad? Stop it! Okay, so she just takes off and down she goes. So like as she does that, what do you guys do?
Mark told me to keep an eye out for the halfling and not let her escape.
And the rest of you are not doing anything?
I'm a little bewildered.
Oh.
There's plenty to do, but we can't all talk at once, so we should probably do initiative order.
Okay, so
And
it would
conversationally, I will addendum to Craucus. Don't kill her, Craucus. If you can just detain her, this
Natural 20 on initiative.
Nice. Okay.
Back
remember,
flips
nat
down the
20s on
alleyway.
initiative. Don't
Yeah,
18
so I got a
Ma'ak.
22.
wait. Hold on. Just hold on to these numbers
All
for
right,
a second,
I'm
because
holding.
I've got to set this up because. This
But-
is,
Craucus, you can talk to me about what I just said. Please don't kill the halfling.
How do you want me to stop her?
Detain her because she is scared of an attack that Ma'ak attempted on her.
Why did he attempt to attack her?
Because he thinks I was stupid.
Were you?
Maybe.
So should I kill her just to be safe?
I don't think so. I mean, if she's getting away from you, do what you have to do. Just
Okay,
stop
all right,
her.
okay. I get a big rock ready.
okay. Just give me a second.
And then to Ma'ak, I understand why this seems like a bad plan, but at what point do we don't know how to find Ketendeo or the Veiled Alliance, and anyone can pretend to be them. If we don't make an act of faith, at some point we never find him.
Right, but you shouldn't have given away his name. You needed to contact someone in the Veiled Alliance. You just gave her prime information she could sell to the Templars.
This is all in our group chat, right?
Okay,
Like,
wait.
this isn't
like
okay.
you guys
It's in
can
the
keep
group chat.
talking. Every second you talk, she's running away from you.
Well, I'd like to act once my
Yeah,
new
we're
mission
just
comes
waiting
up.
for you to be ready. And
Yeah.
fill in dead
I'm
air.
ready. But you guys
Okay.
are talking, so she's
No,
still
no.
running.
We're filling dead air, so you go ahead and chime in. Chief.
we.
I
were
can
waiting
walk
for
and
you.
talk.
Yeah, we're very
Yeah.
capable of a walk
Okay,
and talk,
so
especially
give
in
me,
the mind
give me
space.
you guys give me your
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
initiatives.
whoa. What's her move? She's a halfling. Her
It's a
move is
halfling,
20,
it's 25.
right?
25.
Best she did 20, 40, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's at the foot of those stairs.
Yeah, but keep in mind that these stairs are incredibly narrow.
Okay.
They're not 5-foot stairs. They're like 2.5-foot stairs. So she gets full speed. You guys are going to end up with half speed, like pursuing her. Because remember, I said this is the Mole's Rest is deceptively named. It's really the Halfling's Rest. So you guys are going to have trouble pursuing her through this space at full speed. So, having said that, Desi, what is your initiative? And if you guys were on D&D Beyond right now,
18.
I am on D&D Beyond.
And I've already rolled there.
Did you see my?
yeah, it hasn't shown up.
Oh, okay,
Anyway, what was Crowcus's?
22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, and Marc?
18.
18. And Char?
Are you muted?
No, I'm not muted. I'm just trying to find the roll place where I roll.
It's above. If you're
So-
full screen, it's above action spells inventory. and
It's
to the
almost the
right.
dead middle of the page.
Yeah.
Just that one little initiative
Yep,
thing?
just
Yeah.
click that.
12.
I just did it. And Geza?
13.
13. It's weird. Like, Char is auto imported, but nobody else's has. And
This is a completely flawless program.
Oh, yeah, it's just the best. I mean, it's... Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. So, I mean, it's Crowcus's turn to begin with, but at this point, like, what have you all really said to Crowcus?
So they told me, do not let the halfling girl escape. Try not to kill her, basically.
Yep.
And so I am waiting for a panicked halfling girl to come out from the stairs, and I plan on attempting to grapple her. And if that fails, I'm going to throw a rock at her legs.
Okay. So, just a second. 10. Okay, so
And
she's there.
Yeah, I'm going to put myself in like ambush territory and hold my action. And my
Okay,
and,
so you're basically just at the mouth of this little narrow
yeah,
alleyway.
And-
leads back up.
and my hold action is for halfling girl to appear, which initiates my grapple.
Okay. Okay. So that leads to her.
And
She
I
just did
think
her
because of-
action.
Whoa! She gets in. Did she beat all of us in initiative?
She beat Crowcus and then her.
Oh, so she's faster than me. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you're actually
I'm an
below
18.
Desi. So it's but Desi is above you. So Desi, what are you doing?
I'd like to delay an action.
Doing in what manner?
I'd like to do it looking kind of like this.
Well, what's your delayed action? Like what?
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
What triggers your action?
I don't really
You don't have to do anything.
well, what triggers my action?
Yeah, what is your
Yeah,
action?
so when you
If
take a
delay
del-
if you delay
No,
an action,
that's
you have to
ready
tell me
to
what
action.
triggers your action.
That she's not ready in action. She's delaying her initiative order. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
She's waiting to move
Okay.
until others have moved.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I mean, technically, you have to tell me what initiates your action. Like, you delay your action. What parameters will initiate your action? Like for instance, I'm gonna hold my action and I'm gonna wait till somebody runs past me, and as soon as they run past me, I'm gonna swipe at them.
That's a
Delayed action.
ready to action.
It's D&D 5e. There are no, like, that's it. That's what a delayed action is. You have to give me a
So you have to say
parameter
what
of
you're delaying to. Okay.
Yeah, you have to say what you're delaying to. Like, what is it that you're delaying? Otherwise, you just wait till next time.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait till next time then.
Okay. So you're just waiting, and then we go to Marc.
Okay. I drop to the floor below me, lowering my large. I could probably just reach, right? But do I need to make a climb roll or?
Well, what do you mean? You're lowering. What do you mean?
Lowering the ground.
I'm in the windowsill, right?
Yep.
I've always been in the windowsill. I haven't moved.
Yep.
There's a floor below me, right? There's 2 floors below me,
There are
really.
2
but I know there's
floors
one below
below
me.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I lower myself to the floor below where I am?
Yeah. And try to go through that window.
And go through and throw my chachkachas at that woman
Boom.
before she disappears.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I'd like to do that.
You can see her running. You can see her. Yeah, no, you can. You can see her running down the hallway. So give me that attack roll.
I'll do that. And I'll actually also ego or mind thrust her too. So DC 13.
So it's a nice thing about Athos is that glass doesn't really exist
right.
much. So most windows are just open or either like wood shutters.
Yeah, well, who would expect someone to come levitating through their window, right?
Yeah. So you can get
DC 13 Charisma save first, please.
Okay. DC 13 Charisma save. It's just rolling ridiculous amounts. Oh my god. This is really pissing me off.
D&D Beyond is pissing you off? This is shocking.
Got him.
What?
Okay, this is what I'm gonna I'm gonna just make a quick little aside right now. And maybe there's a way around this that I don't understand. But right now I have the encounter thing going, and Laj Abish is here in the she's here, and if I tap on her, nothing happens. Other than a shit ton of 20-siders roll for some reason.
That's sweet.
Great.
Why not just click out of the window and then reload it?
No, it's because I literally can't load her character sheet by tapping on her. I should just be able to tap on her and load her character sheet, but I can't. Because the way that this is set up, the only way to actually engage with player characters is if monster class characters. So there's no PvP option available to do this. So, oh my god. Give me a fucking break. Okay, so let me... do
you have an actual D20 you can just roll?
Right.
Nice. But I can't even turn on her fucking character sheet.
He can't look at what her stats are.
Yeah, I can't look at what her fucking stats are, so I'm going to have to load a new page where I go D&D Beyond.
No, there's no problems with D&D Beyond.
Oh, no.
Well, it wouldn't be
I'm gonna
Adventure
have
Hook.
to
It would
go
have a technical
back to my
problem,
campaign.
right?
Open up. I'm going to have to actually load her character sheet on a different... come on. Okay, so now I have her character sheet in a different tab. Okay, so she needs to make a
13 or
save
higher
against
charisma save.
Charisma save. Okay.
Yeah, mind thrust.
And if she fails?
If she fails, she takes die 10 points of psychic damage. Does she fail?
Yes, she does. So give
Excellent.
me that.
Then she will take 3 points of psychic damage, and then I will hurl 2 chachkachas at her.
Okay.
First
just give me a second because I
one.
need to give me a second to get my
Okay.
do some.
Ma'ak, is there a reality wherein Laj does not need to die?
The one where you tie her up in a basement for the rest of her life. Right? She can't be trusted. And now it's probably too late because I just hurled my tchotchke at her.
Okay. So. Damn
A
it.
12 probably misses though, right? She's teeny weeny.
Well, hold on a second. Just give me a second because this is all.
Oh, it looks like Emelie
But
dropped.
I will say, Geza, if you want me to let her go, I will.
Oh my God.
I won't throw my
I've
second
lost-
tchotchke
I
chai
lost
if Geza says
every-
stop.
I lost every fucking one's initiatives.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Yay!
Well, we've got a record of all of it. I do, at least, in our
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through this one more time. What was Desi's initiative?
18.
18.
18. Crocus,
22.
22. Mock was 18 also, I
18.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
Shar was what?
12.
12.
12. Geza,
Fuck. Now I'm looking for me again.
Shit, I can't.
Oh, mine is 13.
okay. And we're on Mock right now. Sorry. Okay.
So it's up to Geza. Does Geza say don't stop? Because if he does, Ma'ak won't throw his second tchotchke cha. Otherwise, he's about to throw it.
Well, I mean, like, you hit her if you want to hit her.
A 12 hit? Really?
Wait, it was a 12 based on what?
He
Okay.
he
Okay.
did two things.
Dude, like you, we already went through this. Like, I already said, like, you hit her.
So mind
Okay,
attack.
no.
There was the mind
you
attack.
You rolled a saving throw against mind thrust. That's a
Yes,
free.
and
That's
she
like a
failed.
cantrip.
She failed.
Right. So she
did a
took,
second
she took
thing.
3 points of damage, and then with my actual attack actions, I throw 2 tchotchke chas. I threw the one at a 12, which I assume missed, but we never confirmed. He's about to throw his second
that
one.
miss. That misses.
Right. He's about to throw his second one, and Geza says,
I just don't think you need to kill her. I think we need to talk to her.
all right, then he won't throw his second one, and he'll let the first one return to his hand. And he will stand down and leave it to Crocus to catch her, I guess.
Okay.
Awful lot of faith.
So, so you hit her. She screams out in pain. And then you're about to throw, hold, and you stop, and she collapses, but immediately starts to scramble. She's right at the edge of the stairs and starts to scramble to go down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. I'll follow her, but I'm not on top of her. I've got a good
Okay.
speed, but I know it's narrow here. So
You'll be at half speed going.
yeah, I'm just making sure she doesn't double back. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. At which point, it's Geza's turn.
I leap out the window and over the building. I want to go back the way that Ma'ak came from, like over the building and then back down to where Crocus is.
Oh, so you want to go up and over?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leap out the window, spread my wings, and fly up and back to where Crocus is. I've got 50 feet of movement that way.
Okay, so it's going to be 20 feet up, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so you're there, basically on top of the building. So we'll put you right there.
Sure.
And then Sha'ar.
What am I rolling?
Well, what
You're
are you doing?
whatever you want to do.
I'm. Am I still up at the top of the stairs, or did we chase her down, or what?
She just ran past you, like basically.
All right, then
through
can I
your
look out the
legs.
window and see if she's and throw my axe at her?
No, because okay. So if you look at the map here, she ran past you, around the corner, and down. She's still inside.
Oh, she's still inside.
So if you want to follow her, you got to go this way and then down here and around behind her.
But also, did Ma'ak crawl in through the window and he's in that hallway?
It depends on how I was doing that, but it depends on
no.
how much movement I actually have left.
Yeah.
Because I had to come down from the floor above. So I mean, I'm okay if like that's kind of as far as I got this round. I'm probably starting to climb through the window when Sha'ar runs past, something like that.
Yeah, and ultimately probably realizing like it's going to be difficult for you to really pursue through this really crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm letting him go first.
Yeah.
I guess I'll follow her.
Okay.
And you're included in this this psychic conversation. If you disagree with me and you want to kill her, that's your prerogative, and you can say so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're
But
all
anyway,
still...
you
Everyone
can
but
go-
her actually is in this
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah, I mean,
Is Pressure saying anything?
Pressure is in this too. I don't know if he is saying anything.
Pressure's not saying shit at this point right now.
Pressure's having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Char.
Yeah, actually. Shit.
Hold on. Char runs 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's as far as you can get this turn. So you're 10 feet, or kind of actually 5 feet away from Vaj. Or
Lodge.
Lodge.
What
You
does
use your full
Char
movement, you
think?
can still make an action. So you can still attack her with a ranged attack.
Or you can speak to her.
Yes, or you could speak to her.
Can I shoot it? Can I do that fireball thing?
You sure can.
Fuck talk, use fire!
I like how nothing that the Wanderers said at the beginning of this episode meant anything to
Well,
y'all.
Char didn't hear that.
It did until we trusted the wrong person.
I mean, we don't even know.
I mean, she basically gloated about it. She was trying to pull more information out of you. Like, oh, anyone else in the alliance you want me to contact? Any other names you got?
I just thought that was her style of conversation.
Okay.
I mean,
And this is my style of conversation. Is shooting
You
a
are.
fireball.
you killed her by offering too much information she didn't even ask for. So
No,
okay.
she asked. She absolutely asked, and I asked for Veiled Alliance contact, and she was like, "Is there someone in particular you want me to find in the Veiled Alliance that you could name specifically?" And I said,
Okay.
"Yes, I can." And now you're
It's
dead,
true.
apparently.
Yep. Okay. So
She
you're
asked
right.
for too much, and whatever, she might still get away.
Yeah.
This isn't over yet.
Char, is Char attacking her
Yes,
or
he's-
not?
he's
Or-
Yes,
firebolting her.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So Char,
Right.
on your character sheet, you need to go to your spells and click on the Firebolt cast.
Okay, that's just the 1d10 button.
The hit DC button, I believe. I'm not looking at it, so I'm not exactly
Because
sure.
I've got a +4 and then a 1d10 Which one do I?
Do the +4 because that's to hit.
20.
Oh
Nice.
shit!
Nice.
Now roll the effect,
Yeah, that
which would be
is.
right next to it. The dice count.
8.
So I assume a 20 hits and did 8 damage.
Yeah, it definitely hits. It does.
I
8
love the
damage.
smell of halfling in the morning.
I like how as a DM I am not actually allowed to change the fucking hit points of a character.
Well, good thing Baby Jesus invented pen and paper.
Yeah, baby.
Which I don't actually have any pen and paper.
Now, whose fault is
I
that?
have no pen. I have no paper next to me right now.
I'll lend you one of mine.
Oh my god, this is Jesus Christ. Like, there's got to be a better way to do this. At any rate, okay. So, it is. We're back around to Crocus's turn. Crocus, give me a perception check.
Okay.
I cooked your medium rare for you, Crocus.
All right. I have a -3 to perception. So I got a 1.
Woo!
Well, you're just leaning against that wall down there.
I'm just waiting for a halfling to come out
Just
that door.
a
That's it.
Happy camper.
Yeah.
Just a happy camper. And it is now Laj Abisha's turn.
Man, I liked her. It's too bad she's got to die right now.
5, 10. Let's see, we're going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. No, wait, hold on a second. Wait, where she was here?
One more up.
She was here. Yeah, she was here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so she can basically get out the door right here. She's screaming the entire way she goes.
Does the desk clerk like this? I'm just curious about ambiance.
Well, remember, the desk clerk was just like only concerned with being able to sleep.
Right.
And so
he didn't see
as she
nothing.
passes by, well, you're not sure exactly what Laj experiences as she passes by the desk clerk. You'll find out soon enough.
I won't. I'm out of the building, friends.
Yeah, it's Desi. It's Desi's turn. What's Desi doing? She's just hanging up out here with pressure. Like, pressure's sitting there. Like, what do we do now?
I am clear on the whole thing, and my connection is so poor, I'm even less clear. But I believe she heard something she shouldn't have. I would like to take out. So if we move, can we get down? If I take Pressure's hand, is having my hand in his like rough terrain?
What do you mean?
She's asking if
She
she can
means,
hold
like,
his
half
hand
move.
and walk down the hallway at the same time, or if that's impossible because it's so skinny.
No,
Or if it would
you
impair me.
can. I mean, like 2.5 feet. You know, like, that's wide enough for a person to walk.
Hand in hand.
Yeah.
So can I get down to where Ma'ak is? With pressure?
Yeah.
My connection
Yeah,
is such
yeah,
shit.
no, you can lead pressure. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Get you right down to the edge of the stairs, and if you have pressure in tow, like he's right here. And
I'll take
Ma'ak
pressure
is like
with
right
me.
there, like big bug in the window.
Did I kill her? Did I kill her?
And I'm going
Right?
to
Something very Kafka-esque about this.
I'm going to say, don't know what's happening, but I know it is best if we all stay together. So let's just trail behind.
Yeah. Fair.
After you.
At which point it is Mark's turn.
Well, I would actually probably let Desi go first. And just bring
No,
up
no,
the
no,
rear.
no, no. After you, please.
If you insist, then I will try to catch up to Char and basically stay on his heels.
Okay.
I'll
Remember,
collect,
you're going
you
to
know,
be.
I'll put my
you're gonna
weapons
be
away.
Yeah, and you're going to be at half speed as you move through this very
Yeah.
narrow space.
Oh,
So
sure.
5,
Sure.
10. I mean, granted, Char's right there, so that's as much as you can move. So
I
like
guess
half speed
I'll
is
delay
20 feet.
I'll actually delay my initiative order to act behind Char. Then can I do that?
So you're just going to stay here until Char moves. Okay.
I guess. I mean, it's D&D,
yeah, that's
man.
fine.
I'm just
That's
saying I
fine.
follow Char. You know what I'm saying?
You follow Char. That's fine. It's Gez's turn.
Okay.
And Gez is down here.
I'm on the roof.
Yeah, you're on the roof.
I had to land after my 50-foot, bounding over a small building, and now I'm going to travel another 50 feet by air down to Craucus if I can make that.
10, 20, 30.
And then like 20 feet down, is that right?
It's more. It's going to be more like 30 feet down. So you'll have to wait till next turn to get all the way. Because it's 3 stories that you have to go down.
And
Yeah.
is there like a intermediary point that I could like perch like halfway down, like go out my full distance?
No, there's not.
Okay. And I'll just say to Craucus, I'm right above you. She'll be visible in seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
And, then she 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's dashing 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So she gets right here. And that then brings us back around to Craucus.
I can't see her yet, right?
Well, no. I mean,
how's your dark vision?
If you look
I don't
down
have
the alleyway, you can see her.
Well,
Oh,
it's dark. It's dark down there, isn't it?
It's
dim, right?
like it's dim, but you
Okay.
could-
Well, that was
you
what
could-
I was holding my action, waiting for her to peek her head out, and I primed myself for her to come out so I could grab her. That was the plan.
Okay, so you're not gonna attack her. You're just waiting to snatch her as she comes around the corner.
Yeah. I mean, effectively, yeah. It's an attack.
okay.
So I'm going to athletics check.
Wait, this is an important distinction, Craucus.
Well, wait,
are
you're
you-
just holding your action until she gets in range, right?
But
Yeah.
Craucus, are you waiting to see her pop into the bigger alley, or are you watching and planning to enter the smaller alley?
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of where I'm a little confused. Is this a situation where I can get to her, or is there multiple like escape points? Because I just wanted to wait for her to come out the door and then snatch her.
So there is a door between where you are and where the door to the establishment is. There is one door.
Then
If you look, there she is. There's this other intermediary door, and there's
Yeah.
the exit.
Oh, and so she just came out that little door.
She came out the.
Well, she just rounded the bend. She just rounded this bend right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Which
no.
is the front of the establishment.
Then yeah, no, I'll wait for her to like come out, and I'll just be waiting.
So you are specifically not visible to that alley, then, right? You're like
Correct.
hiding-
Yeah, I'm
Wait.
waiting. I heard her come out the door. I hear the screaming because she's not being quiet about it, and I'm waiting for her to come in, and then I'll snatch a child.
Okay.
Totally
Okay.
normal.
Take-
Totally normal stuff.
Yeah, totally normal. All right, so she, because it's her turn, or yeah,
She
you're
got
holding
to
your
that
action.
point. Yeah.
You're holding your action. It's now Laj's turn.
No. Laj just went and got to that point. That was Laj's turn. She just got there.
Oh, okay.
And then we were right. Char needs to now go.
No, it was just Crocus's turn, and now it's Laj's turn.
Okay, so she did just move to that point, and that's it.
Yeah, previously. Oh wait, no. She just got to this point. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right. So it's now Desi's turn.
Desi and I'm just gonna keep a hold of parent pressure, and I'm gonna keep pace behind Mark.
Who is keeping pace behind Char?
Yeah.
So wait, you're holding to
The
wait
ants
for
go marching on
You're
fire.
holding for a giant mantis warrior to crawl into this very narrow hallway in front of you. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
This has like a very spelunking sort of fear.
This is great.
involved in it.
Desi's holding her action, and it just so happens that it's now Mark's action. Mark, what are you doing?
He's holding for Char. He already said, right?
And Mark is holding for Char, and now we're at Geza. What is Geza doing?
Wait, what's Char doing? Didn't you just skip over Char?
Char is after Geza. I have it all right here. It's very clear on D&D Beyond. Who gets to go before who? And Geza gets to go before Char, and so now it's Char. And now it's Geza's turn.
Okay.
Because everybody else is holding their turn.
Okay, well, it sounds like initiative is broken in a way, but in any case,
sure.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Rob, we can't hear you for some reason. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. It's...
Did you have commentary about initiative currently?
No, not. I don't want to hold this up.
Okay.
But yes, I
Yeah,
do
just
one day.
go because,
Very much.
fucking shit. Like, what is Geza doing?
Geza is going to fly down, and then Geza wants to get as close to Laj as he can and say, I'm not going to attack you, and I'm trying to convince them that you don't need to be attacked. Thoughts?
She says, I then keep that big giant fucking mantis man off of me. He obviously wants to kill me.
Yes, and I'm going to wrap you in my wings so they have
I
to
don't
hurt me
even
to
know
hurt
what I
you.
did. I don't even know what I said. But all of a sudden he wants to kill me. So what do you expect me to do?
I expect you to shut up and let me wrap you in my wings so that they can only hurt you if they hurt me.
Oh, you bird man, if you fuck me, I fucking swear I have little needles and I have little needles and I will fucking stab you.
Laj,
everywhere I can if you fuck me.
I swear to you, I am not going to fuck you. I want to keep you alive and I want to work with you and I'm going to pay you double.
Okay, but I want a silver piece. I want 2 silver pieces, actually. I want 2 silver pieces after this.
I'm going to apprise what's going on in my inventory, and we're going to talk about this, okay?
Okay.
But for now, we have to convince them that we're all friends, and we're going to talk instead of kill you.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to go out of initiative mode at this point. So, because this is ridiculous. You guys all catch up. To Geza, who now has basically swaddled Laj in his wings. What do you say? I'll give Mark first chance, first dibs on this.
I mean, I could still see him, right? Even if he's wrapped up. Or her. I'm sorry. She.
Yeah.
I can see her.
I
right?
am.
So
I have fucking like a 14-foot wingspan, but I'm just like engulfing her.
Oh,
like,
I'm
like
sure
I'm
it's
hugging
beautiful.
myself.
All you can see her little halfling feet sticking out underneath. Like,
I mean,
And I'm
it's-
just saying, can we talk? Can we talk about this?
Lass, we'll talk.
Okay.
So, is she gonna? If she doesn't talk, it's my turn next, right?
yeah.
I want to get my wrist razors and I want to put them at the bottoms of her feet and
Let's
tell her if she doesn't talk, she will be half
Char.
a halfling. She'll be a
Char.
quarterling.
What?
She's not being questioned.
Talk
Everyone,
about what?
chill
Like-
the fuck out, everyone.
She says, "Talk about what? Talk about why? I wasn't even asked anything."
Laj, the problem is that you asked for too much information, I gather now. In the moment, I was not concerned. But my compatriots are rightfully concerned about why you wanted to know a specific name and how that might be profitable to you. Do you understand the problem?
If you want to find somebody, how am I not supposed to find him if I don't know the fucking name? Like, do you get my problem?
Oh, I understand your problem. Ma'ak, do you understand her problem?
Lass.
How do we
problems?
how do we resolve this to your satisfaction? Can you perhaps read her mind and intentions?
Lass, I riddled your mind right now. The lie, I know. Which is not true, Aaron. I'm fucking out of PSP. I could do it one more. I got 3 points left. I could technically do it, but I'd be tapped out. And I kind of
Well,
want
it's up to you whether
get-
you want to do
make her
it
think
or
I'm
not.
doing it.
Like, tell me if you want to do it. If you want to go that far.
Well, before you decide, I just want to remind you that she was capable of psionic interruption.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
yeah.
That's true. She might be able to static me or
Sense.
something.
She might be able to sense if you're fucking with her or whatever.
Yeah, or it could be, just like her specific wild talent.
Right. We don't know. We don't
Yeah.
specifically know.
Right, we don't know.
And I just
Yeah.
wanted to remind you that only 5 minutes ago, she was blocking your psionic ability.
Right. No, it's
Then
fair.
why don't we knock her out?
Char is shouting about knocking her out in the background, and I'm just like, no. We're
Just
letting.
knock her unconscious and read her brain.
That's not how this works. We're just gonna.
Do you
we're
want
just
me to
gonna-
bonk her?
No. Get Kraukus, stay back.
All right. Ma'ak he'll switch to using psionics, so he doesn't have to speak common to her.
And I have read body language or whatever, insight into body language specifically, and I am using that for deciphering if Laj speaks the truth when she.
How
speaks
can
her
you read her
intentions.
body language if you're holding her?
Let me tell you.
Well, I can also look back at a minute ago when she asked about Katendeo's name. I want to think about that moment and see if she seemed like she was giving any information about her own intentions in that moment.
I mean, you guys are the one that offered up Katendeo's
No,
name. She wasn't.
asked.
Well, yeah, she wanted to know, like, who do you need to find?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was
But-
like, it wasn't some nefarious, like.
Well, was it? That's what I
How
want to
would we
roll.
trust
No,
you,
no,
Aaron?
it's she. Okay. In a meta kind of
just
way,
basic
I feel
insight.
terrible
Just
about
basic
this.
insight. Like, I could actually have like all of you roll insights. Actually, everybody right now roll me insights.
I'm really
Everybody
good at
roll
those.
me insights.
21.
21.
I definitely don't have a huge minus.
12.
Not Crocus, because Crocus wasn't there, so you
All right, good,
can't.
because I
you
rolled
can't.
it too.
That's
But everybody
that tracks.
else.
Anyway.
17.
Nice.
17.
21 for Geza.
Yeah.
21 for Geza. What about
Char and Mock.
Char and Mock?
Ma'ak got a 12.
12. And for Char? Insight?
Insight.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. Okay, Ma'ak, no, and it makes sense. Like, you got a 12, and you're like, fuck this bitch, I'm gonna kill her. Like,
Sure.
But even for at this point for Char, who had a 15, you're like, at this point, you're like plausible deniability. Oh man, I don't know, but.
Even if she didn't
For
have
Geza and Desi, both of you are like, she was just asking for fact-finding information, and
So that she could do her job well.
so she could do her job well, and then Geza gave up a name that Ma'ak was like, no, fucking die.
This all tracks for our characters and makes total sense.
Yeah,
I
and
have
why
no
should we
problems
keep
with it.
why should we keep her alive? Because Geza's guilty that he gave her too much information.
I
That's
didn't.
fine.
It's a
I'm
matter
just
of
saying,
opinion.
like, this is how all of this information tracks.
And
Ouch.
all I gotta say is remember BAP. This is all
Remember BAP.
feeling very deja vu.
Remember the Alamo. Remember BAP.
You know what? I do remember BAP.
remember the Baplamo.
I
Yeah.
do remember BAP, and you're not wrong, but we can't treat everyone as a Mermillion. Everyone is not a Mermillion.
Well, she's one in a million, so let's take her out.
We can talk this out and make it worth her while to not betray this information. And also we can double check that with our psionic abilities and our other abilities to make sure that she seems trustworthy.
You
She
know what's
says,
quicker?
she
Killing
says too,
her.
like, listen, guys, why don't we just take this over to the Golden Onyx? Mila is a powerful psionicist. She's not gonna allow any of us to get we're safe there. If you want to interrogate me as much as you want, me and Pressure, like, let's just go to the Golden Onyx, maybe talk this out. I can't do nothing. Like, you think I can escape from you right now? Like, I can't do nothing.
Relax.
Okay.
Be at
Can
peace.
we just mute the Fran Drescher halfling and just talk to her psychically?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking meta concert. I'm including her in the conversation so Ma'ak can speak to her, and language is not a barrier. And he'll say, "You can relax, halfling female. I mean you no harm. It would be in your best interest if you were to forget the name you heard. That is what has endangered your life and what
name
necessitated me attempting to claim it.
What name I heard?
Exactly. What name? Good. If we can trust that you have forgotten that name, then we do not need to permanently silence you.
I don't need to bunk her.
No, Crowcus.
All right.
Lobotomy?
No.
Geza, if she betrays us, remember this.
Yeah.
All right then.
Um,
I trust Geza. If Geza trusts you, then you are free to go.
And I trust her based on my 21 insight roll when she asked the question that she didn't have an ulterior motive.
Well, yeah.
And I
Like,
rolled.
she's just at this point. She's just wants to survive.
Well, then no.
If this
in that
name
moment,
is in her, if this name is in her head, can that knowledge be taken from someone else? Like
Yes.
psionic.
I have powerful psionic. Absolutely.
Well,
Then
they would,
I can't erase it.
they would
Okay.
need a reason to do so.
They would. But information about the Veiled Alliance, I think the Templars would easily bend over backwards for any scrap of information related to it.
Killer.
So again, in that moment when she asked that question, it was not tense. It was relaxed. We were not in initiative order, and she had no reason, as far as I was concerned. She had no ulterior motives at that moment. Yes.
Very well.
No.
She says-
That's a question for.
She says, "Listen, I don't know nothing about nothing. You took my patron from me at this point. Like as far as I know, Pressure ain't my patron anymore. You're my patron. You're my patron. I do what you look after me. I will do anything for you."
And I rolled another insight check on her when she said, "Let's go to the Golden Inex." I got a 17.
17?
Yeah.
I mean, the only person in your group that knows the Golden Inex is Char, because Char is the only other person in this group who has been to Tyr, Golden Inex. It's kind of like the first place you go. And Char, you know that Golden Inex is a good stop off. It's run by a woman named Mila, and she doesn't concern herself with other people's business. It's a safe place. It's a safe place for newcomers to the city to go. And she is not in the pocket of anyone who is likewise in the pocket of Templars or Sorcerer King or any of those people. So Golden, I mean, that's where you told the group to go to meet
I
you
recognized
to begin with.
that's where we were gonna go. That's where we were headed.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
But when she said Golden Inex again, I didn't detect an ulterior motive of like she's gonna get one over on us there.
No, she's like, listen, Mila knows me. Mila knows me. We'll be safe there. We can talk there. We can clear the air there. Please don't make any rash decisions.
Will I fit in the Golden Inex?
Of course you will.
Let's go.
I tend to concur. I think we all need a break. And we can keep Laj with us for now while we get to know her better.
Okay.
And Laj, I'm going to pay you double.
Listen, I'm not even concerned about double pay or single pay or triple pay or whatever kind of fucking pay. I just want to make sure that you're not going to put some obsidian in my neck.
I have no intention to give you any obsidian.
I use docile.
Docile, obsidian, stone, bone, or steel. I don't care what it is. I don't want it in my neck.
All
Laj,
right.
I'm sorry that my perhaps unfortunate nature to trust put you in harm's way. That is my bad. But perhaps in the future, don't ask so many questions for your own sake.
What questions? I don't even know what question I asked anymore.
Great.
I just
Then
wanted
Good.
some knowledge to help use.
I understand.
Like,
I understand, and I apologize. Let's
how
go.
about this? How about this? Next time I ask you a question, you don't offer up information that'll get me fucking killed. How about that?
That sounds more than fair. Now, why don't I buy you a drink?
Yeah, that sounds like a good fucking proposition. Now, why don't we go to the Golden
Does
Inex?
he make this drink?
What's that?
Rude.
Can Desi make this drink for her?
Oh, Desi is a mixologist.
So rude.
Knew I shouldn't have trusted y'all with that.
We'll discuss that another day.
Okay.
How fucked up is Laj?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Physically,
on
like,
fire.
is she like in like rough shape?
No, she's not. She's not actually harmed at all. She's just incredibly stressed.
Oh, I
right
thought
now.
she was burned.
I shot a
and
fireball at her and
psychically-
got
Yeah.
8 points of damage.
Oh, right.
And 3 points of psychic damage too.
Yeah. So she's not super fucked up, but her hair and clothes are singed. And in terms of the psychic damage, you can see that she's like shaking from the anxiety that it caused. And she keeps like kind of clutching like at her chest.
I don't give a shit. I put my wing on her, and I'm like, I'm super sorry, and I cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's on.
Okay. Like, how many points do you give back to her?
11.
11? Oh, I mean, you
Nice.
basically heal her back.
I'm
up.
down 10.
Yeah.
Well, didn't know that.
Yeah, actually, I'm sorry. Does Ma'ak notice that Desi's injured? I mean, you got stabbed.
I would
like,
assume. Yeah.
once or twice, didn't
I
you?
mean, like, you all know, like
no,
each other,
sorry.
like, for each other.
Rob
who's
forgot
injured.
that, but Ma'ak would have noticed right away, I
Yeah.
think. So,
Oh, well, if I cure her, and if you're like, what about my wounds? I'll put my other wing around you and give you Cure Wounds at second level.
All lives matter, Geza.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yuck.
That's correct.
Poisoner lives matter.
So for you get 11 points of healing also.
Ooh.
nice.
I just
Is
want us all to be a happy family. That's all.
So these are my friends.
Okay, so having said that, you all make your way towards the Golden Nines. It's not too far, and it's actually like right on the main caravan way as you make your way south towards the monumental ziggurat. It's a pretty narrow tavern, and you can see there's kind of a split sign. It's kind of dark at this point. It's getting night's coming on, so it's kind of hard to see exactly what the sign looks like. But you can see that like sitting on a really large stool just to the side of the doorway, and the Golden Onyx itself is sitting right on the edge of a narrow alleyway that leads back into the city, just much like the one that you just came out of further north. There is a huge half giant sitting there. Got a big stone mace that he's just kind of like holding, like kind of resting his palm on and kind of dozing. Head kind of nodding. Probably about the same, size as Craucus. Definitely looks older than Craucus. Hard to tell how old he is. But he's snoring and snoring loudly. And as you approach, almost as if by, just programming, some kind of magical programming. As soon as you get within 5 feet of the door, you go. You coming in?
That was the plan.
Okay. And he squints and looks at you. He's like, you been in some trouble?
I mean, who hasn't seen trouble in this world?
Yes. Okay, fine. Go on in. Make sure you deposit your weapons with Strickles.
Okay.
On you go.
where's-
If, however, I hear of any trouble, because I haven't seen your faces before, just know I'll crush your skulls at a minute's notice.
Surely you know Char. Everyone knows Char around these parts.
I don't know no one, and I don't care to know no one. Just comport yourselves the way Mila wants you to. In you go.
All right. Char, you don't know this man?
No, you recognize him. His name is Jarlix. He's the bouncer for the Golden Knights, half giant. He's actually, like, when you get to know, like, you would know Char if you get to know Jarlix, or not Jarlix, Jarix. If you get to know Jarix, you realize, like, you're like, you know, he's a pretty easygoing half giant. You know, just don't get on his bad side. But really, like, all Jarix wants is to sit outside the front door of the Golden Inex and, like, have his daily broy and his fried Inex, and he's fine as long as you don't make a stink. Just follow the rules, you know, and you'll be good. Heading into the Golden Inex, and it is a fairly tight space, but the front door is accommodating for half giants. So it is a door that's about 5 feet by 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I have to dip my head a bit, but I'll.
You have to dip your head slightly.
Yeah.
But you can make your way in, and then the actual tavern itself, when you walk in, is about 20 feet wide. It runs on for about 40 feet or so. At the back end, there is a stairway that leads up to rooms, and then there's a little L-shaped counter where the tavern keeper, Mila, typically waits. As you come in, there are little windows along the right-hand side, and then all along the left-hand side are tables that it can accommodate, 2 to 6 individuals. Right in the middle of the room, there's a big wooden, kind of like a knobby wooden post holding up the center of the space, which has a bunch of shit hanging from it, lots of weapons, like basically all just weapons. Weirdly, though, it seems like it must be like a permanent fixture of the space, because the weapons themselves all seem to be actually grown into the post. Like, you can see where, like, twigs and branches and stuff have actually grown around the handles and heads and straps of different types of weapons, all hanging from different, like, levels on the post. So, Char, you know something a little more about this, which, we'll talk about in a second. But you can come in, and as you do so, you see, like, this kind of older woman behind the counter. Kind of looks like, you know what? Fuck it. Looks like Betty White in fucking leather.
Young or old?
Doesn't matter.
No, like 99-year-old Betty White in leather.
I will never get that image out of my head.
Have you ever seen the nudie picture she did at the beginning of her career? She was quite the attractive looker.
What do you mean?
Yeah, she was. Are you
She did.
kidding me?
She did nudie cards when she first started out.
Huh.
Yeah. So you head in, and as you do so, Mila, our Betty White in leather, says,
Hey there, fellas. Welcome to the Golden Inex. Just make sure that you deposit your weapons on Strelix over there.
and she points to the post.
Okay. Sure.
As you walk up towards the post, suddenly it's no longer a post anymore, and everywhere that you see weapons grown into and around, like they were grown into the log, suddenly all these branches start to like spread out and extend themselves. And you hear this creaking and cracking. And you see like limbs start to come out. And then you see like a couple eyes open up. And what you're looking at is a life-size fucking stick bug that just spreads itself out. And it goes in and it immediately starts to find your weapons and grab for them. And little protrusions start to hook around your daggers and your clubs. Do you let it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen Evil Dead 1.
I don't think Ma'ak would though.
Yeah,
I don't think he would.
Well,
I think he'd step back.
Sha'ar, you're the only one who actually has experience with this creature. You know who Strelix is. Strelix is the keeper of the weapons at the Golden Inex. And the Golden Inex has a very strict policy of no weapons inside the bar.
And you did recommend we come here, so.
Yeah.
So I know this stick bug, and I can vouch for him. He's not going to turn into sand or anything, right?
Oh no. You know Strelix. You know Strelix has a very specific purpose, and that purpose is to help keep the peace within the Golden Inex.
And I know his brother. I know his brother Skrillex.
What a
So
Well, if I know him, then I can vouch for him. Let's just do this, because if all
Okay.
weapons are taken, let's just do that.
and
Yeah.
I'll look into the bug's face if I know where that is, and just be like, do we get a voucher card? How do you know which one is
The claim
mine?
ticket.
Yeah.
Good claim pick. You see there are like two like knots in the trunk kind of up high, and those knots suddenly open up, and you see like two like very black spherical bug eyes protrude. They look down at you and they flicker, and then you see two flaps on either side fan out, and you just hear zzz, zzz, and then Ma'ak, you hear in this language, it's almost like the difference between Spanish and Italian for you.
Sure.
There's something about what he says that is like, you hear a word that sounds vaguely familiar to Thrycreen, like safe and don't fuck with me.
I probably know that word very well.
And give me a ancestral history check.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read his body language with an insight roll. Oh, it's bad though.
A nat 20 for 25.
Oh, nice. Okay. So this is a species that you have never encountered in your life, but definitely have ancestral memory of. And they are cousins of the Thri-kreen, but they are known as the more crime.
Okay. What do I know about them?
You know that you thought that they were extinct, and they're not from the Tablelands. They're from the far. They're from the far north, evidently, from the Torkreen region. And they were known as a servitor race amongst the Torkreen.
But this guy's here and he's free. Well, sort of, anyway.
Yeah. But you've never encountered one of these more crime before.
Yeah. Greetings to you, Morkai. I wish you great hunt luck. And I will say that over. I will say that in Thri-kreen.
And he goes.
Is that the same thing he said to me?
He just goes.
Is that don't fuck with me?
Yeah, kind of don't like fucking take your seat. I don't give a shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking to Cha'ar for Q, because I'm like, am I supposed to kill this thing? What am I supposed to do?
No, don't kill it. It's fine.
Let him take
We can
your weapon.
I mean, yeah. I mean, hold on. Give me a second.
Things will go more smoothly if we follow their customs, as I learned from Book of Boba Fett, Episode 1.
Yeah. Oh,
I learned from Boba Fett episode 1,
right.
never hire Robert Rodriguez for anything.
Well, yeah, okay. Just a real quick recap of that. Rob, Ma'ak, like, this would be probably pretty fascinating. You've never encountered a creature like this before, but you do not actually have any concept of what their culture or idiosyncrasies are.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
For the rest of you, for Cha'ar, you've just known that this post has been here for as long as you've ever come to the city. And what the post does, what Strolix does is like just keep people's weapons and just helps to keep the peace within the Golden Inex.
And when we leave, he'll just hand us our weapons, knowing which ones are ours.
Yeah, for Cha'ar, you know that like once you leave the Golden Inex, you'll get your weapons back from Strelix. And Strelix, like once you give him his weapons, he just binds them up in his post. And just think of a giant stick bug. It's a sentient giant stick bug that looks like a wooden post. Looks like this guy right here. It's a little wider and a little more convoluted, you know. And that's Strelix. And that's what he does. You don't know what life Strelix has outside of the Golden Inex. You've never seen him outside of here. So who knows?
Well, now I
Or
want to
have
know.
you?
when does Strelix get to go home? Are there open hours? Is there like a B shift stick bug that comes in?
Yeah.
Strelix hands over the weapons. What about overnighters? Do they get their?
Do you know what they call it when he's at work? A stick shift.
Nice. That kicks ass.
All right. Well, Desi told Ma'ak to just get over it, right? So, despite himself and the culture of his people, he will surrender his weapons to this creature, including the ones he took off the halfling and Vey. But he will, before he relinquishes anything made of chachkacha or made of docile, he will look right in the bug's eyes. Well, he wouldn't say bug, right in the stick creature's eyes and say, "Don't fuck with me either."
And then he buzzes something back at you that vaguely resembles the Thrycreen word for stick it where the sun doesn't shine.
The music figurines the desert. He has to be disappointed to blend in with
Actually, you'd say that Kano Duel. Kano is to seek the sun, and duel is to move. So,
oh god. So it would probably be something more like
move.
it would be something like
I like this guy. I think he seems like a really stand up guy.
Mm.
Let's move on.
Some real support staff.
Yeah.
Probably has some pretty interesting psionic abilities being a stick bug. At any rate, okay, so it's almost 8:30, so I kind of think like this is a good time to start kind of wrapping it up. But you can settle in. The Golden Inex is really actually ends up being a pretty cozy little place. You get here a little early, so you can find a table that it can accommodate all of you before the crowd really starts to move in.
And can I go to the bar and order some food for us?
Yes, and the food is fairly simple. It is pretty much, they have 3 types of alcohol. They have some simple broy, which is, the standard fermented cank nectar.
We shouldn't order wings because Geza's here, right?
They have
they have deep fried Inex, right? We could sell them that Inex we're trying to get rid of.
Oh yeah, they have deep fried Inex, which is served on skewers.
Perfect.
And they have Tyrian ale
and halfling
and
tartar.
Asticles wine. So like a room for the night. So you all could get a room for the night for 5 bits. That's half a copper. And you could get drinks, a cup of broy for a bit, a cup of Tyrian ale for 3 bits, and a glass of Asticles wine for 5 bits. And then if you want a full meal
for 2 bits.
Yeah, a shave and a hairbit. and if you would like some fried Inex or some stew, and like a full spread, it's going to be 5 bits for a full combo. We can get into that next time, but in terms of like bookkeeping.
I'll pay for everybody's meal.
Okay.
Except the halfling.
Yeah, and hey, that's that. Now, as you sit down, the tavern keeper does come by, and she goes, "You all look like you're from out of town. My name's Mila. Who do I have the privilege?"
I'm shocked. I thought Char would be well renowned. Char, you don't know this woman either?
Well, no, you know who she is, but you haven't been here enough Like you've only probably been to Tyr maybe 4 times in your entire life. So like she doesn't remember you.
I just totally misread this entire situation, Char. I mean, how could anyone not see you anywhere you go? I'm shocked.
You don't look down.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, ma'am, this man is Char. He's been here before, but I guess maybe he just
Been here before from where? Actually, wait a second. I've got the wrong. Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Fix that. Gosh.
I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this accent because I already figured this accent. And it is more like this.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So it's more Boris and Natasha than
It's more like it's
Chris Walken?
It's definitely much
No.
more of an accent like this. Yes. You've been here before, but from where have you come? I'm
Char, I'm not
sorry,
gonna answer for you.
we have thousands of people who come through the Golden Inex every 10 days.
we
Why
just
would
get some
I know
food?
your little dwarf? Of course you can get food. Yes, Tasha and Nelix, please bring. But where do you hail from? You're obviously new, but you're suggesting that your dwarf friend here, who perhaps is an exarch based on his dress, I have seen before. I'm sorry, I see so many people come through Golden Inex.
Did you need something? Is that why you're inquiring about our exarch abilities, perhaps?
I am interested in anyone who is new to this city.
why? You're a waitress.
I'm not a waitress.
She's the owner of the establishment.
I am Mila. I am the owner of the Golden Inex.
Pardon the rough edges of our friend. He's always like this.
Everyone's so nosy.
let me actually do like a quick little roll here and see if she actually recognizes him. And she says, I do kind of recall the dwarf here. You're not from Cled, are you?
You are.
Well, if he is not going to speak,
Yes, I don't understand.
I
why Char
understand.
refuses to speak.
I understand the reluctance.
Can you explain it to me? Because I don't.
I want to know why all these women keep asking us ridiculous questions that have no relevance to what we're doing. So I don't trust her. Like, why does the barkeeper need to know?
Have
Well,
you never been to a restaurant?
If
People
you
are like,
don't
"Where do
want
you
to,
come from?"
she says, it is fine. If you do not want to say, I do not need to know.
Apparently, he does not want to say.
Yeah. Which is, I understand. I'll bring you your food and your drink. Will you be having rooms tonight?
Yes, please.
Okay.
May I
she goes
may I
off
suggest that we make the halfling our food tester?
Since you're pissing off the kitchen staff?
I don't like overly familiar help.
You don't need
It's
to
like
worry
when the
about
waitress comes and sits at your table and goes, "How are we this evening?" I'm not your friend. I want a hamburger.
Jesus.
Okay, I'll stick to that. I was going to say that of all of the people in Tyr, Mila is the one who probably you felt was the most trustworthy. But never mind.
Unfortunately,
because I'm
our
pretty
party
sure
doesn't like making
that
friends.
Char finds no one trustworthy.
No.
Well,
Ever.
if knowing that piece of information now, then when she walks over to the bar to get our food, I'll walk over and say, I'm just playing dumb with you because I don't know who to trust while we're here. If I legitimately trust her, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, well, no, that's good actually. So you walk over to the bar. What do you say to the group as you get up to go to the bar, though?
Try the pickles; they're wonderful.
So you say, try the pickles, they're wonderful. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And you get up and you go over to the bar, and she's telling her staff, what they need to do, and you walk up and say, what you said to her, and
All I say to her is like, I'm going to say, I'm sorry for that stuff back there. I'm just playing everything very close to the vest. And the less people know about our business, the better, from our protection and yours. So just keep playing along with it until I get a better grasp of who's on our side and who isn't.
She says, I remember you, Char. Don't think I don't. I know the needs of Clud, and I know why you must stay vigilant. Don't worry about me. Your coin is always welcome here and safe. So,
Can I give her a tip?
You don't need to. You can give her a tip, but
For the whole thing.
Yeah, she says like, we are always friends. We are always friends with the Baroness. We are always friends with the dwarves of Kled. So, whatever you need from me, I will do what I can. And I will remain diligently aloof and obstinate as long as you want me to. So listen, you fucking bastard. Go sit your ass back down over there before I punch you in your fucking face, you fucking little dwarf.
I said I wanted ranch on these, not barbecue.
Awesome.
Before I have to get Jorix back in here to drag your ass out. And then she winks at you. And I think that's a good place to pause.
Now I think I might be bi. She reminds me of the nuns.
All right. So that might be a good place to pause for tonight, actually.
Okay. So I guess wave good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us once again, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.